Sam Express? Sam Express, yeah. Okay.
United.
Yeah. What's his name?
My son's name.
Mhm. It's really good that he plays soccer. I also would like to play soccer. No, I don't know him. I have few friends who play soccer over there, and I have my own interest to play there, but I haven't got a chance to go there because I don't have a lot of friends there. Yeah, but I hope very soon I'm gonna make friends and I'll start playing.
I also saw
This guy, right?
his friend. So
Yeah, his name is Tim. Do you know him?
Tim?
Yeah,
This guy?
yeah. His name.
I saw
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah.
How did he play? Did he play good? Yeah.
Depends.
Who is better, your son or he? Okay. So maybe I just have some idea, but maybe it might take long. I have an idea. Maybe after a month, maybe after a few months, we might go for some picnic. I'll give an idea, but it's up to Bahabayke to decide whether we go or not. But it will bring us together, like we're gonna be closer. Okay. So I believe you know that we are gonna have a quiz today, right? Online students, I hope you know. We're gonna
Yes.
see and test your knowledge that you gained last week. And another thing, have you done this task?
Yeah,
Already done, but some.
I have some questions.
There are so many things, yeah? CSS styles, yeah? There should be a lot of things that we learned and applied over there. So let me move to this part. And another thing, guys, at right now you might not think that it's really important when you speak with each other in Russian, maybe in Kyrgyz, but later it's gonna make a big difference when you're gonna graduate. You might just lose some money. You study 6 months and then you just lost them because you just was speaking in Russian between each other. And whenever just I ask a question, then you answer. It doesn't work like this because if you get a job, what they expect from you is a person who has solid knowledge and is able to explain their ideas in English. But will you be able to do so if you speak here in Russian? Of course, no. Okay, so let's figure out, guys. Next. Did you create any sections for this page? Yeah. How many sections did you create? Sections. So here we've got some navigation bar. This one, is it navigation? Yeah. There is tag navigation.
When it's navigation, it will be colorful like green or like blue, I think, and that's why I didn't do navigation.
It is
Change
actually,
the style, not to white, but to blue. Is it okay?
if it's blue, it's fine, but actually it is navigation. It's a link. Let me see. It is a link. So right now you have enough knowledge to, I believe some of you already maybe did. You just click this. I hope you didn't, but if you click here, we can see that these all are links, yeah? These all are links. But the thing is, maybe it has changed its color because we used some styling. It's because of styling. So did you change it? Yeah, it's possible. And so I have here the code for this. Let me just quickly find it. So this is my code. This is my code. And what CSS style did you use? Did you use internal inline or external CSS?
Internal.
Internal. I also used internal, yeah. And first of all, yes, yeah, it's being recorded, yeah. So inside the body, we've got navigation bar. There are 3 links. And then we've got header. Actually, I can remove this. There is H1. Welcome to my page. And is it, so how did you, I believe you have created, maybe there's some div. Did you create div for this welcome to my web page? Because we need to give background color. Otherwise, you cannot give a background color if it's just a navigation link. Navigation should be inside. So these links are inside the navigation. We can give background color to navigation. For H1, we cannot give background color unless it is inside something. If let me do this. If I copy the path, I open, there should be some background color, but there is no background color. The reason is because H1 should be inside something. For example, here, if I remove this navigation, there are only links. There are 3 links. They are not inside other HTML text. We just created them and they're not grouped. So we go here and now it doesn't have any background color again. So to give a background color, elements should be inside some container. So here our container is nav. For H1, it should be, it can be div. Yeah, it can be div. And then we're gonna apply background color to H1 or to div. So which one should we apply a background color? To div, right? H1 is an element. It is inside the div. So div should have the background color. And let's find this place. Can you repeat? Yeah, you should have lots of divs to give background colors. Just a second. So let's take a look at here. So you should have at least 1, 2, 3 divs, at least, because there are 3 background colors. Here, black, here, light gray, and here, black again. So you should have at least 3 divs. So here, div and what? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When we give styling out because they may be all black or all gray.
They, what do you mean by they? Who are they? 3 divs. Uh-huh.
One is black, one is gray,
Uh-huh.
one is again gray.
Okay.
So when we do styling, div and styling.
Ah, you can differentiate them using classes and IDs.
for div as well.
Yeah. So let's make all of them div. So for this header, is there any header? I can make it div. This one is div. This one is div. Something might change here. So this one has changed. Should we have here a background color for this image? No, there shouldn't be a background color. So it means right now I have here some styling for all divs, but not all of the divs should be gray. Only welcome to my web page background color should be gray. Do you agree? Only here we should have. But it turns out this image and this paragraph are both inside some div. They're both inside some div. So I can do this, guys. We can do this together. So it might be a little bit difficult to do it together, but I can remove this all. And look, right now we've got only this. There is no CSS at all. So we're gonna apply the CSS, but first of all, we should take a look at what we have here. We should create their sections. Why? Because in the example, right here, there are 3 sections. It might be this part, and then maybe form part, and then maybe footer part. So there are 3 sections. That's why we've created this navigation bar, then div. Then I have here some section. This one is for, turns out for home. Then another one, footer section. Inside, here we've got footer information. It's contact information. I think maybe you could do it like this, like footer is here, and then footer information. Maybe you have done it like this. Section and here. So there are first section is home, then another section is contact, home, contact, about. So for about, let me see. We have no section for about. There is no. For contact, we've got. And then I have section home with a div. I'm gonna remove this all IDs for divs. All right. First of all, guys. First of all, I opened these 2 pages. What's different in these 2 pages? What? What?
Things align in the center.
Yeah. On this page that we've created, everything is on the left. Here it's, here it's in the center. So how can we center it? How can we move it to the center? Right. We need to use text align. So how do we call this type of styling, CSS styling? When we create something like style tag inside the head, how do we call it?
Internal.
It's called internal. Right. And how can I make this to move to the center? Right here. Yeah, so let's add here a style. How can we do it? What should we write here inside the style? Do we write here something like text align? Just like this? First?
Maybe footer
Mm-hmm.
in text.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need to figure out which element should be moved to the center.
Which one?
Which element should be moved to the center? I think not only 2 of them or 3, but all of them, right? So yeah, everything is inside the body. We gotta move the body to the center. So we write text, align, and to the center. So let's take a look. Now it's all in the center. It's all in the center. All right. Next, let's do this one. How can we give here a background color for this navigation bar to this one?
Background color.
Yeah, this one should have a background color. All right. So I have here navigation. Now, we can give background color to navigation. Could we give a background color if we have just row 3 anchor text, just A's?
No.
No, we should put these 3 elements inside something, container, and then we can give the container a color. Right now, right now, these are just three elements. We should create here some container. We should put them inside something. We don't have here navigation, like nav. We don't have here div. We have just A. So we should put them all inside something. It can be div, guys. With div, it's gonna work. But here, proper one will be nav, because nav is used to navigate through the page. So now it's inside the nav. And then, how can we give to the nav? How can we give to the nav background color?
Inside.
Write the nav and then curly brackets.
Inside, background color.
Background color.
Background color, black. All right, so let's go back. Now I don't see what's written there. I don't see these links. How can I change this links color?
Header one.
The color property, right?
In
Here,
no, this
No.
A, inside A.
here.
After background color,
Right here.
need color.
Yeah, so look, guys, is it true that this A's are inside the nav? This A,
Yes.
are they inside the nav?
Yes.
Yes. So if we tell, can I call this nav a parent of this A's? Yeah, it can be called as a parent because this A is inside the nav. So if I tell to the parent to have color white, then all of its kids will have white color because kids follow parents. So now all of the A's inside the nav will have color white. All right, let's see. All right, I think we didn't save it. All right. It didn't work, guys. It didn't work. All right, let's try another way. So how can we?
But it didn't question
No. It didn't work. I thought if we do this, it would work, but it didn't. It didn't work. It didn't change. So then what we do is we just find the A's and give to A's color white. We give to A's directly, not to their parents, but to A's. All right, so it's fine. But let's take a look. How did we remove those lines here inside the head? Styling. All right, text decoration none. All right, color white. Text align to the center. All right. All right. Maybe you will remember it or not, but let's take a look at here, guys. If you would like to remove those underlines, if you would like to remove these underlines, these underlines mean that these are the links. Is it true? Yeah, these are the links. We can remove those underlines by writing here text decoration. And let's try this one, text decoration line through. There are different text decorations. This one means like strike through. But I don't want to see there any text decoration. If I don't want to see there any text decoration, we can choose none. I don't want to have there any text decoration. Now there is no text decoration. In other words, guys, we call this things text decoration, color, text.
In other words, guys, we call this thing decoration, color, text line,
color. No, none. Yeah, these are properties: text align, background color, text decoration. These are properties. This one is value. So, let me write here. So we've got one more property. It is text text decoration. If text decoration none, it will remove every decoration. Those underscores will be removed. Next, all right, guys, it's fine if here background color or this container is a little bigger, it's a little higher than the one that we have here, it's fine. We're gonna learn how to fix it or how to make it exactly similar later. Next, we should give here a background color. How can we do this? Here, we're gonna have a gray background color. Okay. So let's find this. Welcome to my web page. It's right here. And we should make its background color gray. How do we do it? Inside the
put it-
style, what do we write?
H1?
Do you really think we write here H1?
Yes, I did this.
Look,
way.
let's try background color gray. Let me try it. So here it worked. So we can do it like this, but I really would prefer making not H1 background color gray, but diff's background color gray. Because H1 is inside the diff. So I would prefer doing this. Turns out H1 also works. It also works, but I would prefer doing here diff. All right. All right, another thing, guys. So look, now both of them have gray background color. How can we fix this? This one shouldn't have background color. Look, there is no background color here. This one shouldn't have a background color.
To give a class name for welcome to my web page.
So what should we do here, guys? So look, we have two divs, this div, we have this div, and this style applies to this one. It applies to all divs, but we need to apply it only to this one, to this div. What if I would like to apply some style to only a few divs, not all of them?
We give class name.
We need to define something. We need to define some class maybe, or some ID. So I can call it welcome to my, like, we can call it not header, but welcome. And then some welcome div should have background color, but not all divs. So how can we change it here so it applies to only one div? Here instead of div, now, yeah,
We try
now we
welcome.
reference it by writing here dot and class name. Class name is welcome. All right, so here we go. All right, now it's better. Next. All right, this input box, guys, has it's much more wide, guys. It's wider, guys. Look, it's much wider, but ours is just like this. How can we make it wider? What do you think?
Maybe
These
give the
ones are
color, white color.
far more wider. Ours is just maybe 300 pixels. What do you think? Can we use CSS to change the width of inputs? To change the width. With CSS, we can change almost anything. So here, how do we call HTML element text of this? What you see here? What's the HTML element text? It is no, sorry. It is input, right? These boxes. These are inputs. So we need to make these inputs a little wider. We need to make them wider. So
Required max length.
no, required max length. It is Yeah, it's for the number of characters, but we need to make the box wider. So we need to find those boxes. How can we find those boxes? Do we need to make all of the boxes wider?
No.
Okay, yes, all of them. This one is wide, this one is wide, this one, all of them are super wide. So we need to make all of them wide. So can I apply CSS to all of the HTML text, to all input HTML text? Is it true that all inputs should be wide? Yeah,
Yes.
so we can apply it to all inputs. All of the inputs should have widths. Let's try making 300 pixels. We give size by pixels. 300 pixels. Let's try. All right. So now it seems, yeah, it's wider. So it means we need more. 800. All right, it's fine. It's fine, but let's change it to this one and this one as well, guys. For this, it didn't change.
That's for me also.
Yeah, this one is text area. This one is select. So we need to apply it to text area and select as well. To text area with 800 and to select as well with 800. Okay, now how can we move this? Enter your comments to the next line.
Break.
Yeah, we need their break. And it turns out all of them should be on the next line. Look, all of them. But in ours here, it's next to name. Everywhere it's next to name.
So we need a break in after name, after.
Yeah, we need breaks after all inputs. So right here, after this label, here, here. All right. So it should be saved. All right. Next thing is these names, they should be here. Yeah, they should be on the left. On the left. So yeah, we can use text line, but we shouldn't change this text line, this one, because everything inside the body should be in the center. We should, yeah, we should change only for labels. Only for labels. This one is labeled, this one, this one, this one. Let's try this. All of the labels should be on the left. Let's try this. All right, it didn't work. So let's then find the form. All right, now it's worse. So let's do this. Div labels, all of the labels should be on the left. So let's take a look let's find it out from here. How did we align it to the left? Style. All right, text line to the left. Input text area select. Okay. So it turns out there's this guy. So is it true, guys, that here we applied the same thing 3 times? Here, input text area, we applied the same thing 3 times. So guys, if you would like to combine 3 CSS selectors, what you need to do is you can put here a comma, right here a comma, and then text area, and then comma, and then select. So now we don't need this two. Because this comma is like input and text area and select. So let's try. All of them are in the center, but names should be on the left, labels. So let's try this way. Text align left here. All right, still something is. So inside the head, there's style. So it should be to the center. All right. Okay. It's not working here because so it turns out we shouldn't apply this one to all of them. We can do it like this. Navigation can go to the center. We should apply it one by one. Navigation is on the center. Then heading is in the center. Heading is in the center. Then paragraph and image as well is in the center. Paragraph is inside the div. Both of them, yeah. So paragraph should be, so here we can do this. H1 to the center, paragraph to the center. Can we do this? Can we put here a comma and then apply to other element as well? As I explained to you, yes.
Yes.
So now it moved both of them here. Now I would like to move all images to the left as well. Now it moves the, okay, it's not moving the image. I believe because image is inside the form. So now we need to move this form to the center. Form. So let's try this one. Div. Move it to the center. And then move this contact us. So contact us is an H2. H2 should be also moved to the center. All right, now we need to move them to the left here. So these are the labels. Labels, they should be on the left. Right, still, still it's not moving to the left. So body should be to the center. It says align to the center. All the body in the center. This one is to the left. So let me try this. So before I had the solution already. We're gonna learn it today, this margins. But all right, maybe you can resubmit the assignment. I think not all of you finished this one. Because there is one more thing we need to learn to finish it. It's called margin and padding. It's margin and padding. But before that, guys, right now I'm gonna send the link. And then we're gonna start the quiz. This quiz is multiple options quiz. Let me start the timer. Yeah, I'm gonna send it. Okay.
So we should open the Slack, yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to the Slack. I sent it to SDT, guys. To SDT, and there are 21 questions, but all of them are pretty easy. You get 5 points for each question. And let me know if it opens the quiz. All right. And then you can start. You can start. Let me start the timer, I believe. Okay, I gave you.
How many?
There are 21. 21 questions.
Excuse me, can you please share the link in WhatsApp too? I cannot open Slack. It's downloading.
Once you finish, then later we're gonna discuss together.
Sorry, can you please send the link to WhatsApp group as well?
Is possible that we have choose multiple answers?
No,
One?
only one. Yeah, in each question there is only one correct answer.
Okay. Could you please remind me TR, what does it mean? TR.
Table row. All right. So I see 4 of you finished, guys. I'll give you 2 more minutes. Mm-hmm. Uh, can you update your page? I believe there was a typo. I believe if you refresh it, your score should be updated. Yeah. All right. So let's begin, guys, reviewing all the questions and discussing them. Which CSS property is used to change the font style of text? Font style is font family.
Sorry.
Font family. Okay, let me open it as a student. So it's font family. Which HTML tag is used to create the largest heading?
Change the font size.
H1, right? Yeah, the largest one. What does the font weight property do?
Make the text.
It makes the text bolder. Yeah, it makes it bold. It makes it more thick. Which tag is used to create an ordered list? Unordered.
Yeah.
UL, unordered. What does the background color property affect? The background color of an element. Okay. Which HTML tag is used to insert a line break? Break. So how would you select an element in CSS? If you would like to select a specific element, there are multiple divs, but you would like to select only specific div. How can you select a specific div if there are multiple divs? What? Give it a class or
Give
ID.
Class or
Define
ID.
it with a class or ID. Next one. How do you create a hyperlink? Which one do you use? A.
A.
What A stands for?
To create the
P
link.
stands for paragraph. A stands for anchor. Yes. All right. Which CSS property used to center align text? Text align, right? Not centered, not font weight. Text align. Which tag is used to create the table? Table, yeah. This TD, TR, this text are inside the table. The image can be used to insert an image in HTML. So let me, I think,
I don't
can be
get
used
this
to insert an
question,
image.
to be
Let me,
honest. Can you explain the question, please?
let me see. I believe, actually, I was planning to make it like the image can't be used to insert. So I was planning it like this. So
You can put the resource.
the image I was planning to make it can't be used, but it is actually true, right? All right. It is true. Which HTML tag is used to define a section in a document? Div. Okay. What's the purpose of the footer tag? To define a footer section. What does the border property do in CSS? It creates a border, right? Okay. Changes the background color property. No, the right answer is create a border. Which one adjusts the text alignment? Which one changes the text alignment? Text align? If the question was what HTML, so what does the HTML property text align? It adjusts the text alignment. But the question is, what does the border property? It creates a border. What will the following CSS rule do? Change the font size. Font size of all P elements. Right. What if I would like to change the font size of only few P elements? Dot P or pound P. We should define there any class or ID. What does the following code do?
Right, to the right.
Yeah, aligns the text to the right. What will the following HTML code do?
Create a table with a single border around each cell.
Yeah, create the table with a single border around each cell. All right. How many rows will be in this table? And how many boxes? 2 boxes in the same row. Which property would you use to set a solid black border?
One big solid black.
Yeah, this one this one will create a border. If you make 3 pixels, then your border will be, yeah. And which of the following is not a way to apply CSS styles to an HTML document? This one. This one we don't know this one. So that's why it's not a way. How would you select all P elements within CSS?
Just paragraph.
With paragraph. I don't know, but actually there is only one answer.
I thought in the multiple choice I had to choose the more than one.
And that's why you choose maybe all of them, yeah? No, what? Yeah,
It's not the only one.
let me see.
You made it.
So it is,
Yeah, yeah. Yes.
it is multiple choice and there is only P.
Logically, only P. But I made a PG. Why?
There is
I
only,
know the true, I mean the right answer, and I made a PG. Why I made it?
I don't know, true or false, this one. An inline CSS style is applied directly to an HTML element. It's applied directly in the start tag. It is true.
Yes, conversation for the. Honestly.
What's the correct syntax to select an element
Button, yeah.
with the class button? So which one? This one?
The second one.
Second one. Dot button, yeah. Here, pound main content, yeah? All right. CSS selectors can be used to target multiple elements at once. This one is true. If there are many questions got without points, let me. So now, yeah, now all of them are. Yeah, but I think now you have more points because for the last one you haven't got any points. So now you can get points for all of them.
That was correct, but here it's
Can you refresh your page? Click this one to refresh your page and then your point will change. Yeah. So let me see.
Let's see the results.
Yeah, the maximum one is 95. Somebody, oh no, 100, 110. 3 people got 110, but we don't know because it was anonymous, right? No one knows. Yeah, because
I think that we have to know the heroes.
yeah, because we didn't ask here the emails, that's why we don't know. But who got 110?
So I can.
You got, yeah?
No.
always smart.
I got
No.
You guys got that 110, right?
Yeah, is it you?
No, I know that we got a 100. Yeah? 100.
Mahabatcha, you got 110? No? None of you? Then you got 110. Yeah, I believe you got.
Then Tima has a 120.
Really? Because the maximum is 115. All right. So guys, let's move. Today's topic is box model and CSS styling. So this is the last week for HTML and CSS. From next week, maybe from Friday, we go for Java. we'll need to install some other programs. Few programs. Huh? I'm sure. Here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but thanks. Make sure, because sometimes I really forget. We are all human. Because sometimes I might forget. All right, so now we're gonna learn CSS styling. There's a question for you. What CSS style would you use to make this, guys? To make this. So look, we've got body. Body is whole content. So here we've got first input, then we've got second input, then we've got third input, then we've got fourth input. In the first one, placeholder is enter your name. Second one, placeholder is enter a number. This one, enter your email. This one is enter your email again. So how would you be able to, guys, create this sort of borders? Will you use CSS style? Definitely, you will use. But what CSS style would you use?
File border.
First of all, 100% we're gonna use border. So let me do this. Okay, I think let me try if I have this code. So this one I move here. Box model with inputs there. Let me find this for you. Name. All right. So I'll show you something. JS Fiddle. All right. This is some online website where you can create here HTML online. What do we miss here, guys, in our HTML? We miss head. We miss head. All right, let's run this. All right, we've got our, guys, input boxes, but we need to make it like here. So how can you make it? Let's start with this one. How can you make it like this, guys? How can we create? Let's start from black border, not red one. How can we create a border?
Border style.
Maybe like
We need to
border
style our
around
border.
this or something.
Our inputs. These are the inputs. Input, input, input. How can you create a border, guys? We create borders using, just a moment. We create borders using border property. Creates border around element. So if I create here, guys, something like P. All right, I think I'll need to create the P myself. All right, some text and then breaks. I've got here some text. What if I would like to, how can I create a border around this element? How can we create a border around this element? Around this element? No, this is just a paragraph, guys, look. And I would like to make, how can we change the color of this text, guys? Yeah, color for this text. Yeah, give me the steps, what I do. What should I do?
Style.
Style, okay. In this website, I need to write the style here on the right.
Style.
So P color text. I'm sorry, it's not text. Red. Now it's red. All right. I would like to make it, guys, so that it has a border here.
Order.
We can add here border style. Can we? Yeah, we can add here border style. And how do we create black border? 1 pixel, solid black. All right, let's try. So now we've got black border, and we can make it red, like there we've got here, by making this one black to red. Let's try. Now it's red. What if I like to make it more thicker? Then we can change these pixels. Yeah, we can make it 2. So let's remove this color. All right. We know how to create a border and make it red. How can we, guys, create a border for this inputs? Let's do it together, actually. What you're gonna do, guys, you all know, you have this projects folder. You open the projects folder and create their day 5. Create their package day 5, folder day 5.
File.
Yeah, and then inside this day 5, let's create a file. And then let's call it let me call it like complex CSS selectors. Call it complex CSS.html, or just call it complex CSS. Yeah, call it complex CSS. All right, next step, I would like to use internal CSS. So what do we create? Inside the head, we create style tag. And then I will send you this code, guys, this inputs to your Slack group. I'm sending it right here. I sent it. So put it inside your body. This right here. Put it here inside the body. Here. All right, did you paste it inside the body? All right, our next step is, we've got so many pages here. Let me open the one that I need. If you open this HTML file in your browser, you can see this.
What's the name of the file?
Yeah, complex CSS. It is complex CSS.html. All right, guys. We need to make something like here. First, I'll show you guys this. By the way, guys, you can make a right click. Take a look at here, you all. You can make a right click here on the file. Make a right click. If you click show preview, you're gonna see everything here without the browser. Yeah, that's why I told you guys, take a look at here. Make a right click, show preview. But I'm not gonna use it because it takes half of the view. Then I don't see the elements. You don't have? Oh, it's fine then. It's fine. Next. So this is something will be new for you guys. We never have created this kind of border. It is circular border. It's not rectangle border, it's circular border. All right. So there is, guys, some similarity in these inputs. Few of them are red. Which inputs are red? We've got here 4 inputs. We've got here 4 inputs. First one and last one, yeah. First one and last one, their borders should have red color. How can we, do we have here class, guys? No, we don't have here class, right? So we need to apply to these inputs some CSS. But if I type here input, then it will apply to all of them. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah, if I write here border 1 pixel solid, if I write here red, now all of them will have red here. So, but you're not supposed to have all of them red. That's why we need to make here something different. Do we have class and ID to find them with class and ID? Do we have here? Yeah, there is no class, there is no ID. There's no class and no ID. Let me take a look. So look, guys, all input boxes where the border is red, they have one similarity, guys. Take a look. What is the similarity? Now, yeah. No, it's not circular. Not only one of them is circular. First, they have both data required attribute, right? Both of them have this data required. And if you don't have here classes, guys, and IDs, what you can do, guys, you can specify them by attributes here inside this square brackets. Inside the square brackets, we specify data required. So this is how we can select this input and last input. Let's try. Now if I write here border 2 pixels solid red, 2 pixels solid red. Let me go here. Now look, only first one and last one have, yeah, only first one and last one have red border. So this is something new for you, because before we only used to use classes and IDs and just input. It's called element selector. How do you call this selector, guys? For example, if it's dot and how do you call this selector? It is class selector. This one is ID selector. ID selector, class selector, and this one element selector. Why element? Because it will select all input elements, right? It will select all input. But why this one didn't apply this red border to all of them? Do you know?
Data required.
Yeah, because we specified that apply it only to inputs with data required. Only those where data required is given. Next, guys, let's take a look at here. Now, which inputs, guys, should have this circular border?
First, no, so
First, second, and third. All of them should have this circular border, right? Circular. So is it true that all inputs except email type input will have circular border? All inputs except the one with type email. So how can we do this? And by the way, guys, let's say there are multiple elements. There are multiple elements, and I would like to apply some CSS to multiple elements. Let's say we've got here some paragraph. No need to create it. Let's say I have some paragraph, and then I have here some heading. Sorry, it should be like this, heading. What if I would like to make both of them red color, guys? Should I create here two element selectors here, like P here and then H1 here? We can use here a comma to apply it for both of them, right? All right. So next, we can write here this, guys. Input, where the type is what? Where the type is text. Where the type is text. Is it true that input where the type is text, where the type is text, should be circular? First one. First one. So how can we make them circular? We use again here border. It is border radius property. Let's make it 50%. 50%. It will make it circular. Let's try. So it is circular. Let me see. Okay, it is circular. And then guys, this one, which has type number, we should make this one circular as well, guys. We should make this one circular as well. So we can, guys, use here comma again. Comma. No, here we state again this input where the type is number. So actually it should be inside the double quotes. So where the input type is text and number should have border radius 50%. So it is somewhat similar, guys, now. Red circular, black circular, and red box. Red circular, black, and then red box. So from this HTML, guys, can you tell me two things that you learned, guys? Can you let me know two things that you have learned from this HTML? No. Yes, border radius. So you should explain it in a sentence, guys. Like from this one, I learned how to make border circular. How to make border circular. Next, I learned another thing, guys. There is second thing that I have learned. I learned to make borders circular, and next, I learned how to use attributes, guys, to specify elements. So here, attributes we use. And we can add this one as well. So we also learned this comma to apply CSS to multiple elements. I would like to apply this CSS to this element and this element. we can apply CSS to multiple elements. All right, so
I have a question.
let me create here this multiple element, apply CSS to multiple elements using comma. Apply CSS to multiple elements. For example, this one. This one. They're separated by comma. And then we learn how to use attributes. Now, it's not really necessary to use classes and ID, but it would be better using classes and IDs. But now we know how to specify elements without class and ID. If you have other attributes, you can use other attributes other than class and ID. All right. But do you think, guys, our example, an example from here is exactly the same? I don't think so.
Can we?
Here we've
instead
got
of-
more space for text, right? Here we have no space. This text can't fit this circle. It is called, guys, something like padding. We're gonna learn it today. So actually, guys, here what we have used there. Did we use this CSS selector, guys, to apply to text and number? Yes, but we didn't use this, right? Padding, we didn't use. Do we have in our CSS styles this input data required? Yes, it selects all elements with data required attribute. All right, so we are missing here this one, padding 8 pixels. So you can add this one. We're gonna learn it right now. So now they are bigger. There's more space. Now they are bigger. And it's all part of box model. This is a new topic. This padding is part of box model. So we're gonna create, guys, one example. Let's create here inside the day 5 new file called borders example .html. Borders example. We are gonna learn right today how to make organized borders, padding, margin. We're gonna learn what's the difference between padding and margin. So create this borders example. All right, create here doc. Next, give me a minute. So let's do this model 2. Create here, guys, one div. Inside, there should be a text, content. Create the style. All right. Create this div. Next. So actually, guys, in HTML, every element is a box, but we don't see these lines. Every element is a box. Let me prove it to you. So Do you know how to see what HTML code do you have behind this page? Inspect, right? Inspect. Make a right click, find inspect, and then look, guys. If you look at here, every HTML element is a container. Look, guys, it's a box. Do you see it? It's a box over there. And this circle is inside the box. Here we've got the box. This is the box. And inside this box, we have a border, but we don't see it, guys. There is the border. Then we've got content. This is a content part, padding, border, margin. Right now, we're gonna learn what this all means. Margin, padding. Let me open it. So let me show it to you. Introduction to the box model. Box model, it's a fundamental concept in CSS. It defines how elements are created. No matter what element you open, each element has its box model. For example, break, we can see the break. It's just a new line. There's no element. That's why it doesn't have this definition of its box model properties. But here, another input. This one has, for example, let me open, maybe, let me copy something. Okay, for example, this one. Inspected, and then this P. This P also has its own container. It is inside some container. This picture, it has its container. It doesn't have borders, but if we create it, look, guys, there is something yellow right here. So there is a border, and if I hover my mouse here, you see it's yellow. This is a border. This part is called padding. Actually, we don't see it. This part is content. Maybe there's better way to show it with some inputs, or maybe with this contact. This one, contact us. Content. There is no padding. Margin. So every HTML element is a box, is a rectangular box. We don't see the box here, but there is actually a box. It's invisible. It's just invisible, but there is always a box. It can be P, paragraph element. Even if it's a paragraph element, there will be a box. Let me see. So it is complex CSS. Complex CSS. It is right here. If I create here a paragraph, refresh it. This paragraph has its own container. Look, box. It's inside the box. You see that orange part and then lower orange part? This is a box. This one called margin. It's orange. It doesn't have border because we didn't create it. There is no padding. And then this is a content. This is a content. Let's do this, guys. Let's have a quick break for 15 minutes, and then we continue after the break.
Hello, can you hear us?
Yeah. Yeah, that's one.
А, да? Жоқ, мен едімдесі машинам бар, машинам жоқ дегенде бар, дейрақта бар. Сен машина жоқ дегенде. Неге? Неге? Хотел туралы? Иә. Хотя бы клиент был, наверное, ብዙ вопросов.
Где зарядное устройство?
Нет, у меня больше не осталось. О, капец, припали, блядь, такой вообще начинает. Я держу доход, я так он выкинул. Часто ходит люди, мини-блоги. Там тоже два. А? Баяғыда Америкаға бір футбол қыз жөнінде передачаға қайтып болған бар.
Кто будет?
У него тикток раскручен.
Вообще не встречали таких.
Да?
Вообще что-то не видно.
А, я уже рассказала, типа, игру хаты, вот чего. Я узнала,
Оно явно. Я говорю, ну ладно, сегодня так разверни. Там один такой вот красиво сидит. Не, вот прям вот здесь, да, камера, да, она вот так берет.
Нет, я так не делала. Я в сторону надо шла.
Камеру тут. Есть.
Я в сторону надо шла. Ну, он мне вот эту тему объяснил, если я даже играю на подруге, она там, он там, да. Ну, очень, не сказать. Он не знает, он не русский, он помнит, я говорю, что на русском языке остался. Он же говорит, это не так, если не знаю, я так не знаю, как он меня узнает. Вообще страшно.
Oh, how are you? Where, how did you come? Yeah. So I saw their message. Online students, can you hear me? Can you say something? So I
Yeah.
still,
Yes,
yeah,
you can.
yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you.
I can hear you. Okay. Let's continue, guys. Let's continue. I believe, guys, not all of you have great fluent English. I don't have also great fluent English. But it's something that's important, guys. At the end of the course, you're gonna see that it's really important in the interviews.
I got it. I got you. We, even in our break, we will try to speak in English.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really good.
I will try to control it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you. I believe you.
Yeah,
All right.
Of course.
Yeah, it's not joke, guys, just
It's good for us.
okay, okay. So, because in the interview, there, for example, if I ask you right now, guys, could you please explain me last 5 years what you were doing towards IT? How would you explain it? You have no idea because you don't think English. You think Russian or Kyrgyz. I also do. I also think Russian or English. But as you do more improvements, it gets easier. All right. So in each box model, guys, there is margin, border, padding, and content. We're gonna create very basic box. I think we already created a box. Did you create borders example HTML page? Yeah, and let's give it a class. Let's define here a class, attribute class, and let's name it as a box. Box. So there I have div with class box. And then I would like to apply some CSS styles to this box. So I write this box and okay. Next, how do we apply there a border? Black border, black and really thick border. Border.
Bold.
I would like to make it really thick. So that's why I apply 5 pixels. Solid black. Solid black. Solid black. I'll be showing it you right here. So if you have it, you must have something like this with black solid border, and border is 5 pixels. Next, let's make it like this. I'll ask you a question better. So right now, how did we name, guys, the file? What was the name? Borders example, borders example. All right. So look, it's all the way from the left to the right. But I would like to have only this much, guys. How can we make it? How can we make its width only up to here? Right here. Now, look, it takes full page. It takes almost whole page, but I would like to take only this much. Margin, no. There is text line left, text line center, it doesn't work.
Maybe width.
Width,
Width.
right, it's width. So each box has width and height. All images, they have their height and width. Do you agree? All images, they have their width and height in pixels. Everything is in pixels. So here, for this box, we can use width. And there are 2 ways to apply this sizes, guys. We can use pixels or we can use percentage. For example, if I use here 50%, it will take half of the page. Look, it takes exactly the half. If I use here 50 pixels, then I don't know, maybe, yeah, it takes somewhere like this. And let me make it actually 200. 200. All right. It's totally up to you. If, let's say, you will never create web pages as a front-end developer. But if there is a statement to create a box which takes half of the page, then use percentage. If 1/3 of the page, then use 33%. And we learned how to make it wider or more narrow. Next, how can we make its height? How can we change its height? How can we give difference? So now it's height. Wait a moment, let me check if we have here inside the properties. Now let me write here width and height. This is all what you need to know. Width and height. All right, height the same, guys. If I do 50%, then it's gonna be some unusual box, strange box. It takes half of the page, half of the view. All right. Let's give it some pixels like 100. I believe 100 will be enough. Width 200, height 100. All right. Next, go here. Do you all have similar to this, the same box? Do you all have? All right. But look, guys, have you ever wondered why it begins from here? Why it doesn't start right from here, guys? There is some space between. And here, guys, do you agree that, guys, this space, and this space have the same distance? Like here, let's say it's 5 centimeters, and here 5. Is it true? Here 5 and here 5. So this part, guys, is called margin. It is called margin. Let me go back. Margin, guys. How do we call this, guys? This black? It's a border. So what is margin? Margin, it's a space outside the border. It separates elements. So this space is called margin. So let me show you. I inspect this element, this div. And look, there is some margin, but it's not given. It's not given. By default, it is 10 pixels. This is 10 pixels. Here we've got 10 pixels. If I go here, guys, and if I type here margin 0 pixels, look, margin 0 pixels. What it will change is this, guys. Let's start. It's not applied. Let me. All right, so let me try this. Margin top 0 pixels. All right, let's do this. So if we create here 2 boxes, just copy this div, and then create here another div. Let's have 2 boxes. Div box and then another div box. Let me go here. Do you see, guys? There is no space between elements. It is because of the 0 margin. So because of this 0 pixels margin. If I make it 500, guys, 500, look what's gonna happen. Look. Now these 2 elements are somewhere here and somewhere there. So this is what happens, guys. Look, it is the distance between left to the right is 500 pixels. The distance between here and here is 500 pixels. Let me prove it. I open the divs and look, there is margin of 500 pixels. Here 500 pixels. If I choose second one, here on the left and right, we've got 500 pixels. But if you do margin 500 pixels, guys, what's gonna create? It will create by default on the top 500 pixels. It will create here margin 500 pixels. here margin 500 pixels, and here margin 500 pixels. If you go back to the HTML page, and if you type here this, guys, margin left. Let's type here margin left instead of just margin. Now we specify that I would like to have margin only on the left. If you don't specify this, then it will put margin on the top, on the left, on the right, and on the bottom. If you specify it, go back here. Now look, they both have margin here. It's called margin. This one. But is it true that both of them have no margin for the bottom? They don't have. If we don't write here margin, guys, there will be margin by default. Margin by default could be 10 pixels, but turns out there is no margin. If I write here margin 10 pixels, it will add here 10 pixels, here 10 pixels, here 10 pixels, and here. So let me open my Sublime. If you write just margin, margin 10 pixels, what it will do, it will apply to the top, bottom, left, and the right. So in other words, margin 10 pixels is equal to margin 10 pixels, 10 pixels, 10 pixels, and 10 pixels. So 10 pixels will go to the top, 10 pixels go to the maybe to the bottom, 10 pixels goes to the left, and 10 pixels goes to the right. It puts them all. But what if I would like to have margin only on the left? Then you should specify it. I would like to have only on the left 10 pixels. Then it's not gonna add margin to the top, to the bottom, and to the right. It will add margin only to the left. So, okay, this is our boxes. So now we've got margin. Look, 10 pixels margin. 10 pixels on the top, on the left, on the right, and on the bottom. There is 10 pixels. As I told you, if you write just margin 10 pixels, it will apply to all four sides. Is it understandable, guys? If you write just one number, it applies to all four sides. Okay, so how would you explain what is margin, guys?
It's a space.
It's a space?
Out of the box. Border.
Yeah, really cool, guys. So it's a space outside the border. This one.
What does mean margin inline?
Margin inline, I don't know actually. So these are used mostly margin, margin top, margin left, margin, yeah, margin bottom, and margin right. So all four sides, these margins are used. So margin, it is space outside the border. And there can be space inside the border. Inside the border. Let's make this, guys. So let's add here a background color for our boxes. Background color is light or just blue. So now our box will have a background color. Add this background color. All right, let me go here. So now we've got a background color. Background color, and we have no padding there. We have no padding, and borders, they have 5 pixels. So it seems like it's not exactly 5 pixels. It seems like it has added 4.8 pixels. It seems like. There is another concept called border. But before that, let's learn about the padding. Padding, it's a space between the content and the border. It's a space between content and the border. So look at this all colors, guys. Which one is created for content? What do you think?
The blue one.
Blue one, yeah. Here we've got content. So orange is the one that's outside the border, right? This one is a border. What do you think, guys? How many pixels does this border have? Like border, then some pixel, solid black. It has 5 pixels. 5 pixels. Margin has 50 pixels. Yeah. And padding has 50 pixels top, 20 pixels on the both sides, and 50 again on the bottom. So padding, it's something between. Yeah, it's really good. Padding, it's something between border and content. So here, padding, it's a space between content and the border. Let's see, guys, if it's real. So we're gonna add a padding here. Padding 15 pixels. Padding 15. These boxes will automatically change. Yeah, they have changed. Now they're bigger. And let me actually change it from blue to light blue because I don't see the text. I changed it to light blue. All right. So did your box become bigger? Is it bigger now? Yeah. Because guys, we added a padding. Look, there is a padding inside. We added a space. Let me see if you are good in math, guys. So now, what's the width of our div, guys? Do you know the width of our div? Width is 200 pixels. Height is, yeah. Here we've got two divs, right? And just basic math, guys. What do you think? What's the distance between this point? I cannot draw it. Maybe, let me try. So from the top, from here to here, what do you think? What's the distance? Okay, it even shows you the distance between here to here.
What do you mean? How many pixels?
Yeah, how many pixels are there? From here to here. From the top? No.
Maybe more than 400.
200.
It's a
5.
10.
210.
210.
210.
210. Why?
Yes,
Because
because
border is 5 pixels.
5 pixel, yeah.
Height is 200. So actually it's not
No, 220.
120 even. Yeah, one border, another border, second, third
The
border,
second.
fourth border. 4 times 5, 20, right? And then 100 plus 100 and plus 20, 220. And what do you think? What's the distance here between these 2 points? From left to right. 210, right? Here we've got 2 borders.
Yeah.
I don't know this one. So next, if I add here padding, guys, padding of, we had 15 pixels, 15. Now, what do you think? What's the distance between this point and this point now? From left to the right.
40.
All right, let's,
40.
do we have there a margin? Do we have margin?
Yes, we have margin.
No, we don't have. Like on my page, I don't have margin. Look,
But on my page.
yeah. Here I don't have margin. So look, there's a distance from left to the right. So we don't have margin. There's no margin. Border is 5 pixels. 5 plus padding 15, right? Here. 5 plus 15, 20. 20 plus 200. 20 plus 200 is 200. Yeah. Plus 15, 35, and plus 5, 240. Yeah. So padding is something between the content and border. Margin, it's outside of the border. Yeah. So if I add here, guys, let's add. I'm gonna add here margin 20 pixels. Margin 20. Now, what's the distance between this black point and this black point?
It's
140, right? Because I told you
There's no
black points, right? I didn't say from here to here. Yeah, I didn't include margins, but there is margin. You see? Now there is the margin. Yeah, if we include margins, it is 280. So why do we have on the top, on the left, on the right, and on the bottom a margin? Why do we have now in all sides a margin?
because by default it's adding, when we say margin, it's by default adding all the sides margin.
Yeah, if you
Because
type
we didn't specify it.
exactly, so if you write 20, it will add to all 4 sides margin 20. So let me write here, guys. Let's write here definitions. What is margin? Outside the border, yeah. For me, guys, before it was very difficult to figure out, but with you, it's easier. Another one. Padding. What's padding? Space between content and the border. Right, let's take a look again here. So this one is border. This one is padding, right? The content. So here, the blue that you see here over there, it is 200 pixels. Green is 15 pixels, right? So let's go back to presentation and content. Content is the actual content of the box. So here, how many pixels is the content, guys? If I ask you this, how would you answer? How many pixels is the content in width? In width. No, this one is content, guys. It's 200. Then padding is 15 on both sides. Then border is 5. And the margin is 20. Yeah, so the content is 200, right? Next, let's move here. So every HTML element is a box, guys. Every HTML element. If I even create here P paragraph, if I even create here P paragraph, we can create it together. So this paragraph will have its width, height, everything. I open this on the page. Here I've got the paragraph. And it's a circular box. And you know what's the width of this paragraph? What's the content? You don't know exactly the pixels, but can you tell me in other words without pixels? What's the width of this?
Without pixels, it's 100%, yeah?
Yeah, almost 100, maybe 100. So because it takes whole page, right? And can we give to this paragraph a background color?
Yes.
P background color, and let's make it red. I'll make it red. So now there is a background color. So it turns out, guys, paragraphs by default have margin 16. Margin 16. You see there is orange lines. It is margin. And I think you already know the benefit of it, the advantage. Because when you create another paragraph, they're not gonna be in the same line, right? Because what separates them is 16 pixels margin. Maybe you understand now, maybe later, but do you know what we have here? Now we have there 32 pixels margin, because this paragraph has 16 pixels margin. Second one also has 16 pixels margin. Okay. If I type here just paragraph and paragraph, you know why we have them both in the same line? First of all, these are not elements. It's not elements. Yeah. But for paragraph, there is something like a break because of margins, because of the margin. So yeah, it's created by default here. But if
Yes,
here-
20 here. Why it's I have a question.
Mhm.
Why it's by default putting 16, but we have margin 20 here?
Can you repeat, please?
Why it's by default for paragraph elements it's 16, but we write it in our code 20.
So by default 16, it is just a rule. It is just a rule. For example, in real world, like there may be some explanation for things. For example, why the sky is blue. There is some explanation in physics, maybe in chemistry. Here in HTML, the explanation is to have between them some line,
Wait,
some
separate.
line. That's the reason. And we can remove those margins actually. Like, let me try. If we don't have margins, it doesn't seem logically correct, because usually between paragraphs, there is some breaks. Here a break, here a break, here a break. That's why by default, there should be some margin. All right. All right, next. Let's take a look at this one. What's the HTML tag for this element? H1 for this paragraph.
Paragraph
And this is a
border
border. This one might be padding.
heading.
And this one might be content here. So look, margin is 10. It means this is, here we've got 10, here we've got 10, here we've got 10, and here we've got 10. If I would make it, let's say 50, margin 50, then this box will move from here to maybe somewhere here. Let's see. So box model 2. So this is the one that we are looking at right now. This is the one. And then here, if there is margin of 10. there is margin 10. If I make margin 50, will something change on the page or not, guys? If I make margin 50 pixels, what's gonna change?
It will be a little bigger further.
So this box will move from here. I believe it will move somewhere here, guys. Do you know why it's not gonna move here, but it moves here? Do you know? Yeah, because it will add margin to all sides. So let's see. Now it's moved here because of the margin. And again, here we've got some basic math. This text makes up the content layer of the box since I've added 30. So it explains this, guys. So in here, in this example, the content has 400 pixels, right? And then it explains how this become from 400 to 500 because margin is 10, 20, 50, 450, 480, 490, and 500. Yeah. This is how it become 500. And I believe there is something that can help us to fix it. It's called box sizing, border box. This is another property. So look, I'll open this example. I believe we all have this example, right, in our computers right now. This one, because we created, and how did we call it? We called it borders example, right? And then if I add to this boxes, this property, box sizing, border box, look, it gets smaller. Do you believe me or not? It got smaller. And let's take a look right now at its width. So what width did we give inside the styles, guys, to this div? What was the div's width? 200. But when we used margin padding, it became 240, right? Or 220, become bigger. But now, if we calculate it from this point to here, it will be 200 because it tries to fit everything inside 200 pixels. Now it fits everything. So it's easy now. Margin is, what margin do we have, guys, on those divs? 20 margin, then border 5 pixels. So it's 25 plus padding. What's the padding value? 25 plus 15 is 25 plus 15, 40. 40 plus, let me see. So 40. Okay. Content tells me that it's 160 plus 40 here and 40 there. Okay, 20, 25. All right, so simply what it does, it tries to fit everything in 200 pixels. This is how it makes them smaller. It was really difficult for me, guys, to figure out what's margin, what's padding. But I see that for you, it's not really difficult. That's why I believe you're gonna go further than me. This is the code behind that, guys, that code that we have there. This one for this box. So look here, we've got everything. So borders are 10 pixels. Borders are 10 pixels. Margin, all margins are 10. But when it comes to padding, okay, it's again 30. Let's take a look at here. So we give shorthand, longhand. Okay, I believe this code is for this one, for padding example. Look, here I've got two boxes. Padding is the space between what? Between border and content. Yeah, between border and content. And in order to create this, we use this. We have there two divs, one for shorthand, the other one for long form. And here, let me see which one is longer, this one. So here padding is 30 pixels, so it applied to all sides. Then border is 10 pixels. Then padding top 20, long form. All right, all of them, guys, are really easy examples. So at the end, I believe I have for you some tasks. Let me open this one, border example. So here we've got H1, here we've got paragraph, and here we've got something like div. And this is the styling for those. Here H2 is styled like this. There is a border and there is a padding. So here border, and there is a padding here. And then for paragraph, there is padding 5 pixels. So it means here we've got 5 pixels. So let me see if it's okay. It goes for all sides. So here we've got 5 pixels of padding. Here we've got 5. Here we've got 5. And block quote. Background color is similar to gray. And here we've got different colors for borders. Here border is purple and black. Here it's blue. Here is some dots, maybe dashes. Here it's some dots. So you can give different colors to the sides of your borders. So let me open one example. We can give to the top border purple color. How do we do it? We go here, and then here we can tell this. I would like to make my border top still 5 pixels, but solid red. So the top one will be red now here. So you can assign colors to the sides separately. Now this part is red, this part is red. All right. Next. So you can also add this. How can I make this, guys? I would like to make this right one purple. This one, how can I make purple? Border what? Border right. I would like to make it 10 pixels. What do you think? Can we do this?
Yes.
Yeah, 10 pixels, solid purple. So the right side will be thicker. All right, so what did it do? I think border right, and then we forgot this column. Border right. All right, now it's more thick than this. So this one is thicker than all of them. So this one is 10 pixels. We can apply this separately. So let me write it down here for you, that we can make border top only, or border bottom. What do you think? Margin and padding, is it also a property?
Yes.
Yeah, it's property. Margin and padding. We can also assign them separately by writing margin top or margin bottom. All right. Next, box model example. With 200 pixels. So here the content is 200 pixels. I believe with this example we already had. So box sizing, border box. This is a property. How I would describe this property is this. It makes sure. Look, if I remove this property, box sizing, border box, if I remove it, if I go back here, now our box, will they become bigger, guys, or will they become smaller? They get bigger, yeah? They get bigger. But if we apply this property, box sizing, then they get smaller. And what does box sizing mean? It means it ensures that the width and height include the padding and border. So let's really look at it and try to analyze. So here, width of the content of the div is 200 pixels. It should be 200. So here we've got content of 160. 160 plus 15 it's, so here it's 40 and here it's 40, and it makes sure that the padding and border. Oh, now I got it, guys. So look, it makes sure that border plus padding plus content will be 200. Look, 160. Okay, let me start from here. 5 plus 15, 20. 180 and 200. So it makes sure. And let's get back to this example. We use here box border sizing. So let's take one of them. What was the box width that we applied? 200. Okay, let's try. Count it. Here, 5 plus 15. 20. 20 plus 155. 175 plus 15. 90 plus 10. Then 200. So it makes sure that border plus padding plus content is equal to the width. So what definition can I give to this property, guys? It makes sure that padding and border, so padding plus border plus content doesn't exceed the width. So it's not wider than width. It shouldn't be wider. Is margin included here, guys?
No.
Does it make sure that margin also should be within 200? No. No. Yeah, it doesn't count the margin. Doesn't count the margin. Okay. So this is the HTML for this one. So box sizing border box ensures padding and border are included in the element's total width and height. So right now, guys, I have for you practice tasks. Let's do this. Create inside the day 5. Inside the day 5, create, guys, here a new file called task1. Task1 HTML. Create here task1 HTML. And let me know once you created this task1 HTML with HTML code. All right. Next, guys, did you create it? Yeah, let's move to this, move here. So exercise is called create multiple boxes. You need to create 3 boxes, guys. Look, 3 boxes. There are 3 boxes, and all of them have different sizes. And sizes are not given. So you should try your best to find out something similar to this sizes, or they should be relatively of this size. So smallest should be smaller than medium. Medium should be smaller than large. And don't use, guys, BR tag, break tag. So the instructions are given. Create 3 div elements. Assign a unique class to each of them. Box small, box medium, box large, so that you can locate them inside the style, like dot box small, dot box medium, to give them all different CSS styles, and style each box with different width, height, margin, and padding. Look, all of these boxes, they all move to the right from the small box. It gets to the right, then it moves to the right more. So it's a quick task for you guys. Create 3 boxes and make sure they have relatively same sizes like here. And it's not really difficult task, guys. I believe you can easily solve it. Yeah, because we already have something similar done, like this. We have here 2 boxes, but here we got to create 3 boxes with different sizes. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Let me have here a timer for 6 minutes. No, yeah, sorry. So here.
Выйти ширина,
Yes,
эти высота.
yes. All right, guys. So let's move to the HTML page. So did you create here three divs? And did you define any attributes
So box 1, box 2, box 3.
for divs? Yeah, small box, class, and medium box, and large box. All right. Did you add here inside the divs anything?
Yeah. Inside of
To the content part.
Small box, big box.
Yes, small box, medium box, and large box. Large box. Okay. Then we move to the styling part. All right. So you were locating them in the styles by classes, right? By class selectors. Dot small box, dot medium box, and dot large box. All right. So first in all this CSS stylings, what did you write first, guys? First of all, I would write the easiest one. Yeah, let's go from order. For small box. All right, let's make it 2 pixels. Solid black. If it's 2 for small box, then 100% it's for medium, it's bigger, can be 4. And then for large box, it is
8, 7.
yeah, let's make it 7. Let me open it. So it was task 1. All right. And you didn't use breaks, right? You didn't use breaks. So what was the thing that helped you to replace breaks? Margins, right? Margins. So next, this all boxes, they have their background colors. What background color did you give for the small box?
Blue.
I will
Light
give
blue.
light blue. For medium box, light green, light green, light green. Next for large box, light red, light coral. Okay. All right, now they have their background colors. Okay, now it's time to apply our margins, paddings. Next. Did you give width and height, guys, to them? Because they shouldn't be all the same width and height, because now they have the same width and height. For small box, it is
100 or
let's make it 100 pixels. Then for height,
70.
okay, we can give 70, right? Now for medium box,
100.
Are you sure it's 100?
200.
200,
100.
100. Okay. And then for large box,
400.
400 and
150.
yeah, 150. Okay. Now it looks better.
Imagine.
We should give margin, right? So how do we give margin? For small box, it should be, let's see at this one. So do you think margin got bigger here? Here margin might be 20 and here it might be 35. So margin gets bigger as box gets bigger. So for small box, what margin would you give? Let's say for small, it's 15. Let's take a look. Here it's 15. All right, next. For medium box, what margin did you give? How much? How many? All right. Who thinks they solved this one, guys? I need one answer because
Could you repeat your question?
margin for medium box.
Margin for medium box, 35.
35.
Medium one, 35, large one, 50.
Here 50 pixels. Okay.
That's what we wanted.
No, actually look. Here it's different.
Yeah, I
Oh, they must be same.
No,
Not
not
same.
not the same. Small one is okay. It stays 20
15 or
and the
25.
Yeah,
second one,
I did like
25.
15, 20.
5, 15, and yeah, it matches. Another thing, guys, another thing. Look, here we've got a text, and in our boxes, guys, text is just next to the border. There is no space. But here there is a space between.
Padding.
Padding, yeah, padding should be added. So now padding, yeah, some smaller number, such as 15.
20.
Then here 5. So we've got here space between border and content, and then here we also got space. All right.
I think margin must be same all of them. And it will be online.
It's not in the same line, yeah. Yeah, because
So the box is taken as the box is more, moved right.
so here I believe here we should add a bit more margin. All right, 35. It's more than we should give, but it's fine. It's fine. $25. All right. So at least we've got the idea, guys. We've got the idea, and we understood that we could use margin instead of this break. I have another task for you guys. Mhm.
How we can make text bigger?
Text bigger?
Yeah, I tried.
Inside a
Yeah, just you can. Did you try this? Oh, not color, just font size. Yeah, you can use it here. Let's try it. 30 pixels for small box, and now it's big. I believe, guys, we are we will be able to do it. Let's create here quickly task 2. Task 2 HTML document. And this is our second task. So I believe second one you're gonna finish even earlier. So here, guys, we've got 2 boxes. But in this example, one box is inside another box. That is called nested box. Create one nested box where one box should be inside another with a relatively similar size, like in the following picture. I believe you can easily create it. Like, let me give you I believe 4 minutes will be enough for you. 4. So you should create one bigger box and then inside it another box. So how many divs? Yeah, 2 divs should be created. One div, and then the second one is inside the first one. All right, guys. So in the body, we create two divs, one div, and then
Inside to this.
yeah, another div. Should we define any IDs or classes? I believe yes, because in the style, we should differentiate them. So this one can be called,
Box one.
yeah, we can call them box one, and this one is box two. Next, first, okay, what style did you assign first? To these boxes?
Inner box.
Box one,
Box one.
maybe colors, border, 5 pixels, 5 pixels, solid black. Yes, background color, light blue. All right, let me try this. So for the box one, should it be smaller than 5, less than 5? So second one, the one inside should have smaller border. And let me open it. Let me open this task here. All right, something is wrong here, guys. So what's wrong? Yeah, look, here I've got only one line. So what's wrong there? Mhm. All good. Div should have, yeah, they should be separate. One div, and then second one is inside the bigger div. So this one is smaller div. All right, let's give this width and height. Let me listen to you. What width and height did you assign? For bigger one, okay, let's make it 400 and height 200. For smaller box, smaller. Yeah. Let's make it 200 and 100. Look, guys, here we've got these two boxes, and both of them have the same color. So color here should be changed to light green. All right, next. It seems to me that smaller box is a bit bigger than it should be. I would give it 100 pixels and maybe 60 pixels. All right. Now, next, guys. Another very basic thing that we miss on our example. What is it? No, not margin. No, not padding. Not border. It's very easy, guys. Content, we miss this text, outer box and inner box.
Inside of div, you're putting yes. Box one is
Here, outer box. This one is for outer. Here for inner box. All right. Outer box, inner box. Next. All right. So here we see that there should be padding, right? There should be padding. For the inner box, padding from top is, there is only padding for top and left. Maybe for all sides, but let's make this padding. So what did you create? Let me hear your version. Margin. And did it work on your page? Yeah. Do you have similar? Margin. Let's see. I give it for the big, and then here for smaller box, do you need margin? All right, let's do it like this, guys. So here in this example, I need to add here padding, and here to the left a padding for the bigger one. So I would add here padding like maybe 15 pixels. All right, let's see. All right, now it's moved from here and from here. Next step, it should have margin. Which one should have a margin, guys?
Small one.
Small box should have a margin, right? So it moves from the other element. Because what's margin, guys? I'll ask you again. What's margin? What was margin? Do you remember? Yeah, space outside of the border. Yeah, so we need here space, right? Here. Day 5, we need here space and here.
25.
So we assign to the smaller one margin. Let's make it 10 pixels. And I believe we are done. Inner box, no, we haven't done. Here we've got padding for inner box. So inner box should have padding. It can be 5 pixels. Okay, this one is expected. All right, it looks somewhere similar. All right, so what were, guys, 3 concepts very important in box model topic, guys. In the box model topic today, we learned box model, margin, padding, content, border. Yeah, because they have their own space. This was important. And about selectors, you learned today 2 types of selectors. Before, we used to know only element selector, ID selector, and class selector. And today, we learned one more selector. Do you know which selector did you learn today?
Attributes.
Attribute, we can call it attribute selector, where you type the element and then the attribute. Element and then the attribute. Okay. I believe, guys, now you will be able to get finish this one, because why we were not able, because of this paddings. In our example, it was smaller, right? It was somewhere like this and this. So if we open it, day 5, day 4, so I don't know which one was it. But in our example, it wasn't matching the one that we were supposed to have. For example, here, it was starting here and finishing here. It wasn't matching, because now, how do we call this, guys? This space between this here and here? Yeah, it's padding. It's padding. Here we also have padding. Maybe 2 pixels, maybe 5, yeah. But before, when we didn't, the gray color was finishing right here.
Background color.
Yeah, background color. And then seems like, guys, these labels, they also have background colors. I believe you right now you're able to make a web page which more closer to the solution of this page, because before we didn't have knowledge of padding and margin. All right. So yes, tomorrow, guys, we're gonna create, I believe we'll be able to create some project like cinema web page project. I'll try to come up with something so that like we can go to some web page. There are some navigation links like home, something, and then some search box. you can type there some cinema name, maybe avatar, and then there are some cinemas. And then there is a box. Inside the box, there might be the cinema picture, cinema duration, like 2 hours, and so on. So I don't think we are gonna create something like this. Because we don't have really broad knowledge of CSS, but we will try to make something like this. Do you think, guys, that we're not able to make this animation, guys? But I think we can create something like this box. There is a background color, guys. What's the background color on this page? Black. Yeah. And there are, yeah. And there are boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are some boxes. All right, guys. So enjoy your day, guys. So now we're finishing. It's the end. All right. Online students, have a good day.
Night.
You
Bye.
too.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I, for my house, because it's